Standard delivered every single week. Standard delivered, why not take a peek?
You're listening to the Redditch Standard podcast because you have impeccable taste.
Hi, my name's Ross Crawford and welcome to the Redditch Standard podcast. Joining me this week on the eve of the Morton Stanley Festival, we have Redditch's very own homegrown pop star, Mr. Stuart Woolfenden. Welcome to the studio, Stuart.
Thanks for having me.
You're more than welcome. And also joining us, we have journalism student Eve Watson. Hello there, Eve.
Hi.
Now, Stuart, let me get this straight. You gave up a degree in mathematics.
Yeah.
To go to music school in Birmingham. Do you want to tell us why on earth you did that?
Well, so when I was 18, I went to the University of Manchester and I did maths, and then I left and I decided to do music because that was kind of where my heart was. And so I thought it was probably best to do what I think's right. So I told my parents and they were actually fine with it. I thought, oh God, they're going to think, what is he doing? But no, they were actually fine with it, and they're really supportive of me and they want me to do well. And so, yeah.
Yeah, I think it's a great thing to follow your heart, really, and follow your passions.
Yeah, I think so. So, yeah, hopefully it all works out. But got Morton Stanley this weekend, and I'm working on an EP as well. And just learning about the industry as well at music college is actually really useful because it's really important stuff. And,
what's the college called again?
It's called BIM, so I go to the Birmingham one. There's schools in Manchester, Bristol, Brighton, and and it only opened the year that I arrived, the Birmingham one, so I'm part of the first lot of students. So, yeah.
And I gather there's been some pretty high-profile graduates from BIM.
Yeah, I think George Ezra went there, James Bay. I think Marina and the Diamonds went there. She did vocals. Yeah, there's quite a few people that have been there, and people that aren't even, famous people, like people that have worked behind the scenes. I think there was one person who ended up writing for One Direction who did a songwriting course there. So, there's people from sort of all sides. It covers all sides of the industry, really. And, it's really interesting to be around so many people that are sort of embedded in the industry and want to do their thing, I guess.
Yeah, so many talented and artistic people with, and you can bounce ideas off each other.
Yeah, exactly. And, you can collaborate with other songwriters, and, there's some business students that want to practice sort of managing or whatever, and you just kind of work together and create a little community. That's kind of what it is, just like a little community, which is nice.
Yeah. And how far down the course are you?
So I'm in my second year. Well, I've just finished second year and I'm going into third year. So, nearly finished, really, which is kind of scary, but there we go.
Yeah, so next year you graduate and then what?
Well, hopefully I'll have a sustainable music career by then. Like, that's kind of my goal sort of within the next year, to kind of get it so I can actually do that sort of full time and then just grow it from there, I guess. But I think we were discussing earlier about merch and
that's merchandise, by the way. It's
merchandise.
Merch. We call it merch now, don't we?
Yeah. So I have to, I don't know, think of some merch or something to sell.
Well, we said that the Stuart Woolfenden T-shirt, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's got to be that.
Yeah, T-shirts, hoodies, could make the whole lot.
Key rings.
Badges.
Yeah, I read that at a gig that the police did, that they were just stuffing money into sacks from merchandise.
Oh, really?
And everything.
Yeah, like if it's a high-profile band or artist, they can sell quite expensive, I guess. Yeah.
Who's your inspiration then? Who do you look to? Where does it all come from?
To be honest, I listen to a lot of female pop music. So I really like Taylor Swift, I like Lorde, I like Lana Del Rey, a lot of females for some reason. That's just kind of what I gravitate towards. And it's kind of interesting because my music kind of doesn't sound like that. It's just its own thing, but that's where my influences lie, really. And I like artists like Taylor Swift because she tells stories through her lyrics, and I find that really inspirational. I want to sort of go down that route of telling a good story rather than it just being, I don't know, something a bit more generic.
Yeah.
So yeah.
How would you describe your sound in like 3 words?
In 3 words, that's hard. I never know how to kind of pinpoint it, I guess.
Eve with the killer question there.
Yeah, sorry.
I know. I don't know how I would describe it. It's got a bit of sort of social awareness to it. So I have to be careful I sing at Morton Stanley. No shade.
Don't mention the word Brexit, whatever you do.
Yeah, no, I haven't written anything about Brexit, but there are some songs, like the one I'm going to be singing for this podcast, has kind of got a bit of a socially aware theme to it, and yeah, I mean, sometimes I write a few love songs. It really varies, just depending on what goes on in my life. So yeah, I don't know how I'd describe it in 3 words, to be completely honest, but yeah.
Yeah, you floored in there, Eve. See, that one question.
I'll have to think of that next time. Just think of 3 words. Yeah.
And, well, again, we should explain that we were chatting downstairs earlier, and I mentioned Stevie Wonder, and in the days long before you were born, of how Stevie Wonder would get a tape recorder, and if he woke up in the middle of the night at 2 o'clock in the morning or something, and with a tune in his head, he would hum it into his tape recorder.
Yeah.
And you said you do something similar.
Yeah, pretty much with, voice recorder on everyone's phones nowadays. It's really easy. If you've got a song idea, you can just record it straight into your phone or in the notes section as well. I mean, I do have a notebook as well, but I don't know, it's just easy to type, isn't it? I'm a millennial.
Yeah, but do you wake up in the morning and think, God, what on earth is that I wrote?
All the time, yeah. Like sometimes I don't even, because I'm just sort of really tired, and it's like, you can't like make out what I'm singing at all, but I don't know. Clearly thought it was a good idea at the time to record it, but there we go.
We got Morton Stanley coming up. You're playing on the Saturday? Or
the Sunday.
The Sunday?
I believe it's 2:40. Yeah.
Right, Sunday at 2:40. You've got a 20-minute set. What can people look forward to hearing?
Well, I'm going to be playing one song that I haven't sung very much, so it's like a new song that's going to be on my upcoming EP, as well as another song that's going to be on my upcoming EP, but I've been singing that for a while. And plus some songs that I've been doing for a while now, for a few years. So if there is anyone that's listened to this podcast who has heard me live in Redditch or whatever, then I'll be playing some oldies and new ones as well.
Well, of course, we've heard you here at the Redditch Standard because you played in our office, haven't you?
Yeah, that was a while back now, wasn't it?
Yeah, it is. A few years back. It was knee-high to a grasshopper, weren't you?
Oh, yeah. I can't remember when it was. Was it 2015 or 16?
Something like that.
Yeah, I was about 17, 18, so... Yeah, that was good. Enjoyed that.
Yeah, and will you be playing solo, or will you have a band, or, how's it going?
Oh, I'm playing with a band, actually. I should have mentioned that. I have a band behind me playing the music as well. I've been doing that Morton since 2014, so yeah, it just makes the music come alive, I think. It's good on the acoustic guitar, but the band really, livens it up. And
you brought your acoustic guitar, and are you going to be playing electric or acoustic on
electric.
Yeah.
Electric guitar, yeah. It's... Yeah, I don't really pick it up much. It just kind of sits in the corner of the room because obviously I use this most of the time. But yeah, electric on Sunday.
I'd love to bring Eve in for another question, but I'm worried she might floor you again.
Nah.
Where do you see yourself in 10 years' time?
Oh, there's another hard one. Oh my goodness.
I'll be 31. Oh, I don't know. Hopefully, I think I have this plan to just maybe one day have a lot of money. So maybe have a lot of money, and then I don't know. Maybe have released a couple of albums or something. That's the plan, really. Like I'm kind of thinking big. So yeah, just have to see where it takes me, I guess. Yeah, hopefully have a sustainable music career. That'd be nice. Yeah.
That sounds good.
It does sound good. And our producer, Claire, she's got a question for you as well.
I'm a big music fan, so I couldn't help but butt in. But, nowadays, like so many people like yourselves, they go on X Factor and Britain's Got Talent. Are you thought of doing anything like that?
I don't really think it's my thing, to be honest. I like gigging, and I kind of would rather work from the ground up. I know a few people that have been on the X Factor and Britain's Got Talent just from doing music and gigging, and they end up going on the show. And I just think, do what's best for you at the end of the day. If you feel like the X Factor or the Britain's Got Talent's going to do you good, then do it. But for me personally, I don't really think I'll go on it. But, yeah.
So where can we, obviously we can all see you this weekend, but normally around Redditch and this area, where do you perform at any pubs, clubs? Or?
I don't actually perform at many clubs or pubs in Redditch. It's usually events, so like Morton Stanley. I've played at the Christmas show as well a few times. I play mainly around the surrounding area, so I've played some gigs in Bromsgrove, Birmingham, Worcester. So yeah.
And what are you? Are you more of a vocalist, or is it the guitar and the music?
It's mainly the songwriting. I think it's the message that I really want to get out there, because there's all this stuff running around in my head. Like I feel like I've got quite a lot to say, so I try and put it into the music. And I'm not really a vocalist. I'm no Mariah Carey, but
and we'll be the judge of that. But I always think that songwriters, like you were saying about Taylor Swift, they do tell such amazing stories. Is it ever really personal? Do you have people who like, hey, is that song about me? I always think that with songwriters. It must be hard.
Yeah.
Pouring your heart out.
Yeah, it is a bit awkward sometimes, because I have written directly about someone and it's quite clear, like they know it's about them. And there's been a few times where I've sent the song to the person, and even if it's got a slightly negative vibe, like I just want to just let them know. There's a song actually I released called Waste Your Time, and I actually sent the guy the clip of the song, and he was like, oh, it's one of your best songs. I was like, oh right, okay, I'll release that then. So it can be, I don't know, it can be a bit strange, but no one's complained yet, so I'll just keep going.
She's always getting in trouble, isn't she?
I know, that's true, but I don't know, as a songwriter, you do write about what you write about the things that are going on in your life. I don't know, I think people can be a bit hard on us sometimes, but that's my opinion.
We'd love you to become famous, because I think wasn't Harry Styles born in Redditch?
Redditch.
Yeah, he was.
Yeah.
You could be the next Harry Styles.
Who knows?
Do you think you'd make a good famous person?
Oh, I don't even know. Like, I really don't know.
Yeah. It's going to be bigger than Harry Styles, I think.
Hopefully.
Can you even get any bigger than Harry Styles? I mean, he's pretty famous. But no, as a famous person, I'd like to think I wouldn't do stupid things. Like, I don't know, people go down the really dark routes, don't they, where it goes to like drugs and stuff. Like, I wouldn't do that. I barely drink, so.
Where can our readers find you on social media? Are you on all the social media platforms?
Yeah, so I've got a website, so stuartwoolfenden.com is my website, and Woolfenden spelled with 2 O's. People sometimes misspell it, so.
Yeah, I put my hands up.
Oh, have you done it before?
Your
I think
your
you
dad
did.
keeps correcting me.
Oh, really? No, it's really common, a really common mistake, because obviously it's just Wolf, you expect it to have 1 O, but I'm on Facebook, so if you just type in Stuart Woolfenden, I should come up. Same with Twitter, same with Instagram. All my music's on Spotify, Apple Music, iTunes, whatever one you use, it's on there, so go check it out.
Great stuff. And, well, I know you've already volunteered to sing a song for us, but we're going to save that to the end. And Claire's going to do all her what's on in Redditch, and of course she will be mentioning Morton Stanley, and I hope she's going to mention you as well. But we're also going to talk about some news stories as well.
Yeah.
And coming up in this week's newspaper, we're going to be telling the remarkable story of somebody called Sonia Tudor, who is a woman who, on her 50th birthday, had lost both her parents through cancer in their 50s. And for her 50th birthday, she didn't want to hold a party because her mum and dad wouldn't be there. So instead, she volunteers for Macmillan. She decided to run round the Yarra Valley Lake, doing 50 miles, around the Yarra Valley Lake. And she achieved that on Monday. She set off at 7 o'clock in the morning, and 9 hours, 8 hours, 59 minutes later, she actually completed it.
My God.
So, remarkable achievement.
It is, yeah. That's a long distance, to be fair.
Yeah, I mean, you're
wow.
in shape. I mean, are you a runner? Do you do it?
I do actually enjoy running. I do go to the gym and stuff with my sister. But yeah, I actually enjoy cardio, which is a bit weird for some people. Like, they're like, you enjoy cardio? And I'm like, yeah, when I've got my headphones on, running, I don't really care. Just do my thing. But
Do you listen to your own music?
Sometimes I do, actually. I'm not gonna lie. There's just, like, waste your time, actually, because it's got it's upbeat, it's sort of pop. But my other songs, like, if I was running, I don't think I could listen to them. It depends on the song, I guess. But no, it's mainly other artists, to be fair. But yeah.
And if anybody wants to contribute to Sonia's Just Giving page, it's all in aid of Macmillan. If they type in Just Giving and look for Sonia-Tudor 50, then her Just Giving page will come up. And coming up on Saturday, the day before you're on stage, we have the Redditch Uniform Bank, the Redditch School Uniform Bank. That's going to be at the Ecumenical Centre, and it's an opportunity for hard-up parents to get their kids out for school in time for the new term starting, and it's all been organised by the Labour councillor Joe Baker. And he was saying it costs something like £300 to kit out a child for school these days. I mean, that's a considerable sum of money, isn't it?
Yeah, it is a lot of money, to be fair. I mean, I don't have kids, so I don't know how much it would cost, but I'm guessing it's a lot. So.
It's a lot of cash, yeah.
Yeah, I think I cost my mum a lot of money, and me and my sister. So, yeah.
Yeah. So that's from, I think it's from 9 o'clock to 1 o'clock. It's the Redditch Uniform Bank, School Uniform Bank, and it's at the Ecumenical Centre in the town centre. And finally, and you were astonished when I ran this past you earlier, Redditch Library is officially recognised as the best in the world for achievement for reading.
Yeah, it's good.
It's amazing, and they're getting their prizes. It's going to be stacked books, of course. It's getting some books as a prize, and they're all arriving tomorrow. And the Redditch Standard will be there, of course. But you must be a library card holder, are you?
I'm not, actually.
Oh my goodness!
No. I am rereading the Harry Potter books, though. I'm on book 5. So
yeah, which one's that?
So book 5, The Order of the Phoenix.
Oh right, okay.
Yeah.
How far have you gone?
I'm just at the beginning.
Yeah.
But yeah, I've read the other 4 and just working my way through. But yeah, I've had a break for the last couple of weeks, so yeah.
Very good. Well, we're going to sign off with you singing a song for us.
Yeah.
So thanks for coming in. Thanks too for Eve and her, nailing you to the spot questions. And of course to Claire, who's done all our sound and producing. All that remains before we hand over to you, Stuart, is to say that my name's Ross Crawford. You can get in touch with me by calling me on 01527 588 697. You can email me at ross.crawford@bullivantmedia.com or at editor@redditchstandard.co.uk. And don't forget to check out our website, www.redditchstandard.co.uk, for everything on Stuart, Morton Stanley Festival. Don't mention the Brexit word in your song, Stuart, and all your news updates. So, see you next week. Thanks for coming in.
Thank you for having me.
For all the things to do and see this week, it's Claire Bullivant with this week's What Song Guide.
Thanks, Rose. Yes, loads of fun things are happening this week in town. Starting off on Saturday, the 17th of August, it's the event we've all been waiting for, the brilliant Morton Stanley Festival, happening at Morton Stanley Park in Redditch. And if you haven't been before, where have you been? This is the most fantastic event they put on every year. It's free music with a diverse range of music. It's got food, fun fair, children's activities, loads of local stalls and demonstrations, 12 noon until 10 p.m. on Saturday, and also running on Sunday until 7 p.m. Definitely be there, and don't forget to make sure you are there on Sunday to hear our guest today, the fabulous Stuart Woolfenden. We'll be playing you out with his music too, so do stay tuned until the end of this podcast. But just to reiterate, he'll be on at the festival on the Sunday at about 2:40, he says. Can't wait. Also, this weekend on Saturday and Sunday is a Redditch Model Railway pop-up show happening at the Kingfisher Shopping Centre. This is going to be in the unit opposite Clinton's on Walford Walk. And apparently the Redditch Model Railway Club was formed in 1967 when a group of like-minded railway modelers got together at the White Hart Public House in Headless Cross, apparently, and they've been meeting ever since. Throughout the year, they put on some exhibits all over the country. So now you can actually see them on their home turf, and it's going to be a great show. All the details are on their website, redditch-mrc.com. Also on Saturday, there is a family fun day with Ulster Court Leet happening on the Ulster Scouts and Guides field over in Ulster. 1 p.m. until 5 p.m. here. There's going to be a barbecue, a fete, stalls. There's a famous jouster horse arriving and rides. And also there's special guests, Mickey and Minnie. They're going to be appearing. Wow, superstars in town. Then if you're looking for something to do on Saturday night, get yourself over to the Oust House in Redditch, as they've got the most amazing reggae Motown night going down with the fabulous Otis Irie. Otis is incredible. You're going to have a blast. The ousthouseredditch.co.uk for more details on that. Moving on to Sunday, the 18th of August. And don't forget, it's Studley Car Boot Sale. Car boots all around the country sometimes come here, and you can really pick up a bargain. The gates open at 6 a.m. And if you want more details, studleycarbootsale.co.uk. Then again in the afternoon is the Morton Stanley Festival, of course, but also for any animal lovers, it's also the Kramer Cat Rescue and Sanctuary Open Day on Sunday. This is at their Hopwood Sanctuary. B48 7TW is the postcode. It all kicks off at 12 noon, and this is always a fantastic event. I've been to them before. They put on a great day. There are going to be stalls, a barbecue, prizes, gifts, games, fun galore for the whole family. It really is, and it's all for a great cause as well. So do try and get yourself there on Sunday afternoon if you can. Then on Sunday evening, just heard there'll be live music at Aylstones with Andy Wickett, World Service. He always puts on a fantastic show. And then the best way, in my opinion, to finish off the weekend is always with Alan's Charity Quiz Night at the Bell Inn in Asselbank. 9 p.m. kick-off there, and it's such fun, especially if you win, which I never do, but if you've got a really clever team, please invite me on your team, because I will willingly accept. I'd like to win one of these days. Just a couple of events for next week. On Tuesday, the 20th of August, it's the Duck Race 2019 happening at Cofton Court in Ulster. B495JA is the postcode. You can sponsor a duck on Cofton's traditional duck race down the River Arrow. Plus, there's going to be traditional games for the whole family. This is a National Trust event. Gates open at 11 a.m. and the duck race actually starts at 2 p.m. Also on Tuesday the 20th, Trevor Hill, he's going to be back at Hanbury Hall and Gardens with his amazing Birds of Prey. Trevor Hill's falconry display team is one of the largest and most varied in the UK, apparently. He's got eagles, vultures, hawks, falcons, owls, you name it, he's got it. And he always puts on an incredible show. Gates open at 9 a.m. there. Remember, if you have an event going on, do let us know so we can let everybody know. And now, the event we've all been waiting for, Stuart Woolfenden singing his new song, I Am Not a Trend. Over to you, Stuart.
Why are the ones who want peace so hateful? You're better than me. Won't you just let everyone be? This world revolves around money. Jumping on the next trend they find funny. It's clever, it's smart, but I am not a trend. Oh, this world is so cruel and divisive. I don't think that we're ever gonna fight it this time around. So why should I pretend that I'm someone that I'm not? I can't be you, I can't be me. I'm more than just one thing. I don't understand how you can be so heartless. You pull out a gun, you pull out a knife, and we just wanna get on with our lives. Double standards seem to be creeping up everywhere I go. Wanna hurt one another, it's dog eat dog. A tragic race straight to the top. Oh, this world revolves around money. Jumping on the next trend they find funny. It's clever, it's smart, but I am not a trend. Oh, someone that I'm not. I can't be you, I can't be me. I'm more than just one thing. When you end up on your own, you'll regret the life she made a misery. And the kid that you disowned will be doing better than you'll ever be. Man, I really hope you'll remember the people that ask for your help when no one's helping you. 'Cause this world revolves around money, jumping on the next trend they find funny. It's clever, it's smart, but I am not a trend. Oh, this world is so cruel and divisive. I don't think that we're ever gonna fight it this time around. So why should I pretend that I'm someone that I'm not? I can't be you, I can't be me. I'm more than just one thing. It's to all the people with the charity. It's to all the people that protect me. It's to all the boys thrown off the rooftops. They were all younger than me. It's to those that fought for my country. It's to those that fought for my liberty. Stop all the noise. I am not